Aprajita Tripathi, and I'm going to present our paper, Digital Twin-Based Condition Monitoring with Distributed Data Mapping of OPC UA and ISO 10303 Step Standard. So I am currently working as a researcher at the Oulu University of Applied Sciences in Finland, and in parallel I'm also doing my PhD as an external student from Luleå University of Technology in Sweden. So to give you some background on the topic of the paper, which is digital twin, and then I will also talk about a little bit of data space because it is a related topic to digital twin. So the concept of DT was first proposed by Greaves in 2003 as a PLM concept ideal model. Later on, the definition was broadened, and now we know it has 5 dimensions: a physical entity, a virtual model of the physical entity, a service system, a data storage, and the connection among these elements. Data management being a crucial part of digital twin, it is backed by the principles of data spaces, which focuses on managing data from heterogeneous sources and identifying possible relationship within them. And two of the crucial components in DT are a data model and an industrial communication mechanism. Without a data model that abstracts the attributes of the physical entity, transmitted data loses its contextual significance in the digital realm. Additionally, a communication protocol is required to communicate data between the physical entity and its digital counterpart. So now I'll talk about the ISO 10303 step standard emerges as a dominant candidate for the data modeling in product DT, and the Open Platform Communication Unified Architecture OPC UA standard is a prospective contender regarding the industrial communication mechanism. So to dig deeper into these two concepts, OPC UA is an industrial communication protocol for facilitating data exchange and communication among diverse devices in manufacturing industry and IoT applications, and it plays a crucial role in digital twin by offering a secure, reliable, and standardized communication protocol for seamless interoperability between system components. Whereas in the ISO 10303 step standard, it is a standard for exchange of product model data. It ensures that data from different sources can be seamlessly integrated and utilized, and it represents and exchange product data across various stages of the product lifecycle, which is essential for effective data integration and interoperability. Now, I'll talk about the motivation behind this work. So, to start with the challenges associated with DT, it lacks in the standardization, and it needs for a standardized non-proprietary DT solution to ensure that interoperability and consistent data management for long-lasting products. Then there is concern regarding data security and privacy. There is complex modeling processes and software development and implementation difficulties. Then another issue is the real-time synchronization between the physical system and its digital counterpart. Then an absence of a unified data communication standard, and a lack of research focusing on the industrial implementation of DTs. Then coming towards the specific challenges of DT with IoT framework integration, we have interoperability. Because of the diverse system and technologies that are used, interoperability is one of the challenges because of the different data formats and protocol coming from different organizations and companies. Then we have the security and data privacy, because with the increasing amount of data collected and shared between the physical and virtual systems, there is a need for a robust security measures to be taken. And as the number of connected devices and system increases, scalability is also a concern in that area. So looking at these challenges, one possible solution could be that we should go for a standardized data mapping with a unified communication mechanism, and to reduce latency, we should have a edge-based solution. So here we are going for the local cloud-based IoT solution. So for the standardized data mapping, we opt for the EDMtruePLM product from Yotne Connect. It is built on the ISO 10303 standard. It utilizes the AP239 product lifecycle support data model, and it enables standards-based data exchange in a world of heterogeneous system. And it emphasizes on data interoperability and longevity due to its resilience on open standards. It can accept data from various applications and provide end user access to their data in a widely recognized step format. Then talking about the local cloud solution, we have this Eclipse Arrowhead framework. It is an interoperable IoT solution, and it aims towards industrial automation, emphasizing security and minimizing latency due to its distributed nature. It incorporates a local cloud architecture and a system of system. The system of system basically comprises of individual autonomous system that collaboratively work towards achieving a shared goal. And a local cloud can be defined as a connection of services and systems that are operating within a confined environment. It can be a particular location, organization, or some particular stakeholder. And the Eclipse Arrowhead framework, it also follows the service-oriented architecture where the resources capabilities are exposed as services. So any authorized consumer system can consume these capabilities through the Arrowhead service exchange process. So here is a graphical representation of how the Eclipse Arrowhead framework works. So in the core, it has three mandatory core system: a service registry for keeping track of the available service. There is the orchestrator to actually facilitate the communication between the service provider and consumer. And we have the authorization to have authentication between system and to provide authorization for a particular service exchange. And there are other supporting core system, like here we have gateway and gatekeeper. They actually allow the inter-cloud communication where a provider and consumer, they are residing in two different local clouds. So the process is basically the service consumer will ask the orchestrator for a particular service address, and the orchestrator will look into the service registry whether the service is currently being available or not. If it is available, it's going to see in the authorization system whether the particular consumer is authorized to consume that particular service from the provider. If the flags are yes, it gets the endpoint from the orchestrator, and it can directly form a channel to the service provider. And looking at this architecture, it is quite similar to what we have in data spaces, because the three pillars are the data provider, consumer, and you have the federator, which is similar to what we have as a service registry, orchestration and authorization, with the service discovery, orchestration, authentication, and authorization. Then this is the proposed solution. So here, this basically outlines the process of collecting information from the physical layer, followed by data modeling, storing, and then feeding the offline data into a virtual simulation model. And it has industrial communication protocol in the middle, which will actually connect the physical layer with the digital space. And here we are using the Eclipse Arrowhead framework, where we need two mandatory local clouds. The first cloud has an application system, which is the exact digital representation of the physical device, which will, let's say there are some sensors in the physical space, so it has the service to read data from the sensors. And we have the EDMtruePLM, which is the product model service for data monitoring and storage. It has these four services. The first one is for fetching sensor information within all the sensor data from a particular project. The second one is for fetching the sensor information of a particular sensor in a particular project. The third one for getting the sensor values for a particular period of time. And the last one is for adding new sensor data into the EDMtruePLM portal. This is how the sensor payload looks like when we are initiating a service. So this is how this is the payload that needs to be sent to the EDMtruePLM with the sensor type, the particular ID, and this is how it is going to reflect in the EDMtruePLM portal. So to test this proposed solution, we have this use case implementation between Luleå University of Technology and Jotne Connect in Norway. So in Luleå, we have a fischertechnik assembly line, which is connected to a Siemens PLC, which has an inbuilt OPC UA server, which can monitor the sensor and actuators from the assembly line. And in the first local cloud, we have an assembly line provider, which is a service to monitor the sensor information from here. It is a cloud uploader system, which acts as a SCADA system. It basically monitors the sensor information and fetch the sensor information from the assembly line provider, and then it passes it on with the inter-cloud communication to the other cloud in EDMtruePLM to the TruePLM provider, which actually store that sensor payload into the EDMtruePLM portal. And then we haven't implemented it yet, but this is part of the future work where the offline data from the EDMtruePLM can be fed to the CAD model of the digital twin, so the simulation can be tested. So here are the findings of the use case. So we have interoperability, communication interoperability with the integration of OPC UA and ISO step standard. There is also data interoperability by converting various formats into a unified structure, which is step. We have the standardized data mapping because we utilize the ISO step standard to store information from within a compatible database. So it guarantees consistency in data storage procedure and streamlines the data retrieval and sharing. We have cyber security due to the OPC UA security mechanism and the authorization system that we have in the Eclipse Arrowhead framework for secure data transmission and privacy. The service discovery process, there is an automatic service discovery process of the service registry system where at runtime, if you add a new sensor, it can actually create new service for the new new sensor that was added. So that way it is automatic. And because of the decentralized nature of the Arrowhead framework, the tasks that are distributed across the different application system in Arrowhead, it contributes toward minimizing the latency and promoting efficient operation. As part of future work, we are going to integrate OPC UA and STEP by establishing a connection between the data in the EDMtruePLM repository and the CAD model by using a robotic simulation software, which is currently being used in EDMtruePLM. And we have a Nuvilab use case at the Applied Science University, where a use case can be developed for testing platform for sustainable utility vehicles, and there the Arrowhead framework and STEP standard can play a vital role in integration and interoperability of multiple digital twins. Before ending my presentation, I would like to thank the project where we got the funding for this implementation, which is the Arrowhead tools in Sweden, and also from the GORI project in the Academy of Finland. Thank you.